Hi there, my name is Mark, and this is the development of my game to this point. So I call it NIMBY, not in my backyard. So the idea came from working with second and fifth graders for many years during the summer enrichment program, and they played this game not in my backyard. There are two teams that they get however much time you decide, and they're divided by a line of items. Whistle sounds, they keep on tossing the items over this line until time runs out, and the team with the least amount of items in their yard at the end is the winner. So on paper, I envisioned it looking like this, the star representing the player, and the balls on this side represent the items to be removed or tossed to this side, and likewise on the other, the player, the squares representing the items that he or she would toss to the other side. Up here we have a clock that would run. Once the game starts, I envision things like this happening. Uh, the star here represents the player surrounded by different items. Maybe this player is having a hard time. Actually, this player would be having a hard time because he's surrounded by more items. And the game would continue until the time would run out. When I played this in the classroom, I had used my own students to play it on paper, and they would slide these items back and forth. And if they were too aggressive, they would slide off the table. If they weren't aggressive enough, the objects wouldn't even get into the other yard, and they liked it. It was pretty chaotic on a table level. And over this past week, I've been bringing it to the digital level. I have some screenshots of the game. This is made in GamePress. It's a free app on the iPad, so you have to construct an environment. Here's a fence to keep the items in. The green and red ball are the players. They're chasing this white ball from one side to the other. I'm going to show you in a video in a little bit, but right now the red and green player can interact with this ball, pushing it around so it'll bounce and continue to bounce. This represents the divide in the yard. Again, it's enclosed by a fence. Once the game starts, it's full of action. So here's this, immediately there's a lot of movement. You can decide to be the red player and try and keep the ball over here if this the green player's side. It's very hard to do so. Right now I'm trying to figure out the code so that maybe I can add more of these items, but I'd like the red and green player to be as such mandated or required to stay on this side if that's the green player side, and likewise the red would stay here. And so I'm in the process of figuring out that code, but I do have a little video that I figured out how to play with Photo Booth, just to give you an idea. A little awkward because it's facing away from me, but you can chase the ball around, hits it, and took a while to establish this. Like I said, I want to improve on this code and have the red and green balls stay on each side. So that's where I'm at, and I am hoping that I can get some of my kids to play it this week too.